Monday morning. I don't know the date. 20 something of April. But we're on Walnut Avenue in the city of Orange. Got a car coming up behind us to the dead end. But we're heading down to the Santiago Creek Trail. And we're going to be riding from Orange to the city of Irvine. I'm going to work. And I think we're going to cut off on Cambridge, then hit Fairhaven, and then we'll go from there. Then after Fairhaven, we'll probably take the new route, which goes through Santa Clara to Lincoln, and cut through downtown, then maybe to Main Street. But anyway, welcome to my channel, and appreciate all my subscribers, and let's get rolling. I'm gonna click this into the little holder. Adjust it down a little bit. So the mornings have been getting a lot brighter. It's about, I don't know, it's about 5:20. So we have a pretty good, as long as everything's good at work, we have a pretty good amount of time, even though I'm leaving what I would consider to be late. So if there's anything going down at work, I need to be there as early as possible. If everything's going well, I don't need to be there till 6:30. But I prefer, the darker hours, but lately it's been a combination of both. Oh, I see a raccoon down there. So down in these rocks, you probably cannot see with this camera, but I can see their little green eyes all the time down there. But the ducks are swimming down in the... Is that a cat or a raccoon? Oh, it's a cat. Kitty, 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 kitty. Meow, meow. I thought you were a raccoon. It's probably a bobcat. Alright, so yeah, Santiago Creek Trail, which we're starting pretty much at the top of the paved section of Santiago Creek Trail. I think if we went north, kind of northeast on this trail, it actually comes up to the surface streets and then cuts kind of into the canyon over here, and then it just kind of, then it branches off into a bunch of off-road trails, and it turns into chaos. But this basically goes as far as the Main Place Mall. And then it's gated off, which I've talked about this before, but in case, there's any new subscribers, it goes, they have it gated off at Broadway. So Broadway runs from the mall up over the 5 freeway and heads what I consider to be south to Irvine. It actually turns into Main Street. So I have some main routes that I take to Irvine. I take Main, heading south, And then I can take Broadway heading south, which is only a block west. And then I can take Bristol going south, which is even more further west and further from our destination. So the further I get away from Main Street, the further I get away from my destination, which is basically the airport in Irvine. Now, coming in the other direction, and the other ways I can get across are I can also get across on Grand, which is just east of Main Street. And then after that, it cuts all the way over to Red Hill. So Red Hill is actually a pretty fast route, but it kind of, instead of going straight to where I'm going, it kind of branches off in a northeasterly fashion. But it's still pretty fast, but going fast isn't really my objective unless I'm running late. So for me, there are some good routes east of Maine, which I would consider Maine like my primary route across. But as you get in this direction, especially in the morning, actually even in the evenings are even worse, because traffic over here is really bad. I mean, traffic's bad everywhere, but over on this side, there's lots of little shortcuts I can do, and a lot of variations of routes I can do to keep it interesting for myself, and thus more interesting for people who are watching the videos. So over this way, not so much. There's one little trail called the Esplanade Trail. It's a dirt trail that I take sometimes, which is cool. But you're talking like going 11 and a half, 12 and a half miles on your route and having 2 miles of dirt road that are interesting. Whereas if I go on these trails, it's always interesting. There's always something going down on the creek trail. There's different variations of routes. So this is always, starting out right here and kind of slowly making my way to Main Street is always the most fun for me. So last week I found that there's so your constraint is the freeways. So the freeway kind of runs at an angle, north, kind of northwest. So you've got to be able to traverse the 55 freeway, which is going totally straight like this. 5 is going this way. So you got to be able to traverse the freeway to get to where you're going, and there's only certain areas that you can cross the freeway at. So, so last week, when I was going the direction I'm going now, I found another overpass that goes over the 5 freeway, which it was exciting for me, just because it's just another option for me to get to work and add some cool new choices for the routes that I take. If you go on Main Street, which just consider Main Street my main way, we're actually passing my direction west by a mile and a half, and then cutting back. If you go the other direction, you're going more like about the same, about a mile and a half initially, but we're going at an angle south west towards your destination, which doesn't make a lot of sense right now, but I just had a few shots of coffee, so yeah, that's why I'm rattling on right now. So we need to go, so which street was that? Cambridge? Let me see. No, that's Tustin. We're gonna go. We're gonna go on Cambridge and take the new route. interesting group of people here. Yeah, so it's, you know, it's 5:30 and that looked like two adolescent males on the ends and then an adolescent female in the middle at 5:30 on the Santiago Creek Trail. Yeah, it was a little strange. Alright, so we're up to Cambridge. Cambridge is just a neighborhood street through the city of Orange and some of these older cool neighborhoods, but it'll take us to a street called Fairhaven, which runs on the north side of the Santa Ana Cemetery. So I'm thinking right now that I want to ride through the cemetery. Now there's not, on the other side of the cemetery, we'll just call it the south side of the cemetery, is Santa Ana Cemetery, and then there's Fairhaven Cemetery, and then there's another one across the street, and then there's another Lutheran cemetery. So there's a bunch of cemeteries all bunched together over here. But the old front of the cemetery is on Santa Clara, which is really the street we need. But for some reason, the main gates are always closed. It's supposed to be open from 8 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon, but I've never gone across there and been able to come out on Santa Clara because the gates are always locked. So I'm trying to think, do we work our way north to south? So this is part of the Fairhaven Cemetery. And let's turn our light off. So the cool thing about this right now, which is going to be really hard to see on camera, is everybody has their candles going on the gravestones here. So there's cars up here. So we're really not supposed to be in here. But since it's open, what we'll do is we're just going to take a ride through here. And then see if we get kicked out. So this part of the cemetery is called Fairhaven. And they have this, I don't know what mausoleum, is that what they call them? So I'm thinking like this is a good, I've mentioned it before in some of my videos, I've always liked cemeteries, so I'm thinking this might be a good place to explore throughout a few rides home and to and from work, but I'm not too sure how I would, how I would organize the content, or what would be my objective. I'm not gonna go for the fear part of it, where like, oh yeah, I'm ghost hunting at the cemetery or anything like that. I'm not trying to disrespect anything here. I just think there's, this cemetery, I think, was started in 1870, so it's not, super old. I think the oldest one is in Anaheim, but they've got us chained in right here, so we're gonna have to walk through this little thing here. So yeah. So there is no vehicle access through the Santa Ana Cemetery to Fairhaven Memorial Park. This is one gate that's closed. Anyway, let's just we'll ride through over here. I want to see if there's a gate we can get out of over here. I've looked before from the outside, but not like with a lot of intention. Okay, there's some really nice headstones and statues. But I don't believe there's any way to get out of here. To the unknown dead of the Civil War. All right. Yeah, it's too bad we can't get out right here. Maybe somebody accidentally left it unlocked. So that latch has got to come out. Yeah, there's no way out. There's no way out. All right. All right, well, let's just ride back through the middle, and then I'm gonna do some homework and learn a little bit more about this place, and come up with a game plan of how we can explore this massive cemetery. It's pretty big. I don't know how many. I think just the I think just the Santa Ana part of it, which we're in right now, is 39 acres. But then there's also, there's a security car right here. There's also we gotta go fast. There's a security car right there. And we also have the Fairhaven section, so. All right, yeah, let's go fast so we can get away from security, because I'm not really doing anything wrong, but like if I want to try to explore this in the mornings and then I get harassed by security the first time, then if I come back again, then it's like, you know, that kind of situation where, yeah, we've already told you not to be in here. But if I can prolong the first encounter as long as possible, then yeah, I think that guy got in his car. But he's gonna have to come out to the main roads to capture me. But there's a lot to explore. So I think I just have to think about how to set it up so that it's interesting and still respectful and that kind of thing. All right. So it's 5:40 and I have a message from work already, which is not good. Let's see. That car had all these lanes to ride in, and they chose to go by me like so freaking close. I know you had to turn, but come on, man. All right. So the cemetery, all right. So we are on Fairhaven. And we want to get over to Santa Clara. So we're gonna go on Santa Clara to Lincoln and go across the 5 freeway through the Logan neighborhood. Now I'm wondering if I've never cut across this way, so I'm wondering if any of these roads cut across here. Looks pretty risky. As far as it doesn't look like they all go through. Wow, look at that stone house. We'll just go across here, across Grand, and then, yeah, we'll go across the Grand, make a left, and then make a right on Santa Clara. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start getting up at 3:30 in the morning, because it just gets bright just a little bit too early. Yeah, so I apologize if my commentary is a little jumbled this morning. Like I said, I don't usually drink coffee in the morning. But like I said, I had like 3 shots and I was still asleep when I took them. So it's like, just kind of like, I'm just like sleep riding. I'm sleep riding on coffee. And yeah. Yeah, these rides are super bright. I mean, this is so bright right now. When we were riding this way, I saw a train go by. So we missed a little morning train ride here. All right, so now we are on Lincoln. Still been pretty cold, but I think it's going to start warming up. I know the daytime's been warming up. I think this week it's going to get maybe up to 80. But the mornings are still pretty cold. It's about 50, probably 55 right now. Which doesn't sound super cold, but still, like, it's not unpleasant, but it's not pleasant, you know. But I will be complaining that it's too hot pretty soon. So yeah, this spot right here is an abandoned hospital. But it looks like there's some office buildings in there. I've talked about that before. This looks like actually like an old hotel. So there's so much. I mean, there's just a lot of there's a lot of things we can do on these little trips. It's just a matter of allocating the time to do it, and depends on my imagination. So this is just the beginning, you know. I think I have enough subscribers now to where, okay, now we can start being creative and getting into the finer details of some of these routes. Oh yeah, there's people living up on this, there's a little path that goes next to the freeway. Right there, that wall. Oh, here comes a train. That's my train right there. That's the train I used to take, because that train leaves at 5:40 from Orange, and it's going to the Santa Ana train station, which is right here where we're going to come out at. Oh yeah, let's look at the freeway real quick. So that's the 5 freeway going to the 55 freeway. And then, anyway, from the Santa Ana train depot. It's going to cut over to Tustin, Irvine, Mission Viejo, and some graffiti here. Massive tower. Then like Lake Forest, yeah, Mission Viejo, San Juan Capistrano, and then San Clemente, and it goes all the way down to Oceanside. But there's been some landslides, I guess, over by San Clemente, so I don't know if that's been resolved yet. I don't know how far down that the track is going right now. And then the other line goes, yeah, that's it. And then you can also head north and go all over the place. But basically, you know, the main route is either to San Bernardino to the east or to Union Station in LA. I gotta balance this right so I don't get to work too late. But we can do a quick ride through at the train depot, train station, and like see what's up. This homeboy is gonna follow me here. Armed security here. This is all blocked off. But this is a really cool, a real cool train station. There's one in Fullerton too that's pretty nice like this. But what a cool building. I don't know when it was made. This fool on the beach cruiser is following me. And he wants to I'm gonna go down this way and see if this dude follows me. Cause I'm not playing. Come on, buddy. All right. All right, so this was Santiago Street that we were just on. And now this is 6th Street. So obviously 4th Street's just a couple streets down, and that's where we kind of want to end up. We got some taggings on the ground here, so we know what neighborhood we're in, but they stay on top of the graffiti pretty good in Santa Ana. But yeah, I'm not too sure what neighborhood this is right here. Got to put our ninja mask on. Put our ninja mask on. So yeah, if this is the undercover there. Yeah, if anybody's interested in exploring the cemetery, like maybe in the daytime, I mean, we can do it at night too, if you like the scary factor, but if you want to see some of the stones and the statues and stuff in the daytime, we can do that. Everybody's seen all this stuff before, but there might be some new subscribers that haven't looked at any of my older videos. Santa Ana, 1869. Very cool. Oh, I didn't realize there was a walkway across from the parking structures. So they're building another parking structure up here. Check the doorways. Oh wow, it's already done. So this was a massive hole that went down probably 15 feet, 20 feet deep. I thought it was going to be an underground parking structure, but it looks like it just might have been drainage. We'll see. Yeah, I thought it was going to be multi-level parking. All right. We're going to have to go fast. Let's see what time it is. Oh yeah, it's 6 o'clock. This video is going to be long. What the heck? Oh my God. I'm going to have to edit this out. All right, so we started the camera at about 5:17. So we usually have about an hour. We're only partway. We're probably halfway to where we need to go. Let's see how many miles we've done here. 7.8. Okay, we're probably 2/3 of the way. So let's get going. At this point, I could probably turn the low light enhancement off. It's so bright out right now. I mean, it's not bright, but it's light. It might look lighter on film because I have that low light enhancement on the camera. But we could probably do like turn this off and do 60 frames, get some cleaner footage. But we'll just keep everything the same. Yeah, dude. People suck, man. I'm telling you. Like that guy kept like pulling out even though he saw me. He's just trying to like push the issue. Main Street, Santa Ana. That guy was blowing off his sidewalk with a leaf blower. Now my eyes are caked with dirt. My God. dude probably loves doing that. Getting up, getting his coffee, getting out his little leaf blower and cleaning up the front of his store, blowing dirt and dust onto people's cars as they pass by. This car doesn't have their lights on. Oh my God, dude, my eyes are shot now. God dang, dude. I need to get some clear safety glasses for the rides in the morning. Obviously in the afternoons I wear my sunglasses, so it's not that big of a deal, but I don't have any eye protection for the morning. Aloha Motel. Irvine Pipe Supply. I used to come here to get stuff for work. We have an account there. Even though I'm not a plumber, but yeah, they still sell stuff that's relevant to the work I used to do. And I remember, like, when I would come over to this side of town, I would be like nervous. Like, not nervous, but just, you know, I could tell that it was kind of a rough, potentially a rough area. And be like, oh man, I gotta stay on my toes in this neighborhood. Now I ride through it every day. I guess if you were sophisticated enough to really have a YouTube channel, you wouldn't be homeless, you know. Alright, we're gonna see if we can get smashed in this turn lane here. Come on, people, let me through, let me through. Alright, we're gonna get a green light right now. We're gonna get an arrow, baby. Gonna get an arrow. Yeah, and I watched this YouTube video of these kids in LA on their sarons. Oh my God. I mean, I've seen that stuff, you know, the Saronster and all that stuff, and it's just is what it is, you know. But then there's groups of kids, yeah, that are trying to copy that stuff, you know. You got, you know, going through the crazy spots in LA on the sarons, doing wheelies down the street, just mobbing like 20 people deep. I don't know. I just think it's like, I guess kids will be kids, you know? But man, it just seems so irresponsible. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching my video. It may have been a little erratic today, but we can blame that on the coffee. So we'll see you on the streets of Orange County, Orange, Tustin, Santa Ana, Irvine. Let me know about the cemetery thing. Probably gonna do it anyway.